are you? And how was your first Premier League weekend of football? How was it?
Brilliant. You know, we got past the women's football match and the final. It was great. And then we're on to the Premier League. And, I mean, my overview, Liverpool dropped a couple of points at Fulham.
That's true.
Arsenal had a great win. Spurs had a great win. Man City were in cruise control. West Ham never had a go first half, but that might have been tactical. Chelsea got the points up, didn't play particularly brilliantly. No. And my overall thinking, Haaland, Núñez, quite similar, but two of them brilliant.
Well, listen, the reason I'm glad you mentioned it, because number 9s, are they back in vogue? I think that's the expression.
Hopefully.
The number 9s, are they back? Because Haaland's, people were talking about his movement, and it's impossible not to talk about him without mentioning the word movement, because actually some of the runs that he made and got on the end of, one for the penalty and one for the goal, he was making those runs in the Community Shield, but the ball was never coming. The ball never arrived. There was a couple of times where Kevin De Bruyne could have played it, and it felt a little bit like they were playing the same way, City keeping the ball, instead of going a little bit. He is a gazelle. When he opens up his legs, he is a gazelle. He is so quick.
If you wanted to be critical about the two centre-backs that he got in between, you would say, as a centre-back yourself, you would have worked on it in training. David Moyes actually said that we'd watched the videos of him. If he's going to make a run, you make sure he doesn't get between you. He's running away from the goal, down the side,
there's no pressure
speed of thought.
There's no pressure on De Bruyne. There's no pressure on Gundogan. Once that pass is made and his time is run and he's that quick, there ain't a lot you can do. You've got to stop the ball. To stop Man City, and this sounds very simple, but you've got to stop the ball.
Yeah, because he can get you in the end.
If that ball gets played and he's onside, there's not a lot that's going to stop him getting in behind you. There's not a lot.
His first goal, if you looked at the first goal and you can watch it closely, his brain has gone, off I go, in that gap, and put it in there for me. The defenders haven't even thought about it, and they're running after him.
But what can you do? Because he's already made his mind.
That's why he costs so much money.
Yeah. Over to you, gang. 03717 22 33 44. Number 9s, they're back in vogue. What do you make of it? I mentioned some of the number 9s there. I even saw Sarr today, or Dennis actually, up front for Watford. Do Chelsea need one? Everton? I mean, looking at my side, Manchester United, we're going to talk about the number 9 there. That's a problem, isn't it? Up as well.
Hey, shouldn't Sarr's goal be the headline tonight?
Well, yeah, it's a brilliant goal.
What a goal.
It was.
If you haven't seen it, he scored. It's the ball played up to the striker playing alongside him, Dennis, I think. Dennis has got hold of it, turned it inside. He's in the centre circle. Looks up. David Button in goal in a decent position, and he's pinged a 3-iron over the top of him, straight in the net from well inside his own half. It's a brilliant goal. It is
a brilliant goal.
Bit like Rooney's.
Yes, Rooney did that against West Ham, I think it was. Well, David Beckham, that's the obvious choice. But if you were at a game this weekend and you want to have your say, 03717 22 33 44. Do you know what? We're going to actually go and speak to... Let's speak to John, who's a Liverpool fan. John, good evening.
Hi, John.
Good evening, boys. Good evening,
Hi, John.
I know very well.
Oh, you do?
John?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'd like to say I can't understand why Darwin Núñez didn't play on Saturday. And then also, what do you think of the penalty? There was no contact from Van Dijk at all. And also, the foul that was on Henderson. Now, I'll be honest, right, Fulham give us heck of a game. They played very well. I give them credit. And they're going to cause trouble to a lot of teams this year. Yeah. But I honestly think now that we need 2 new midfielders because we got a couple of injuries. I know Henderson done pretty well and Milner done pretty well, but they are getting a bit older now. So I think that that was a big mistake from Jurgen, and I hope to goodness it won't happen again.
Okay.
John, the first thing is it's 90 minutes, right? They've only played 90 minutes, and some players won't be in top speed for maybe 4 or 5 games. But Mitrovic has scored a great goal. There was definite contact. If you watch it again, John,
the penalty you're talking about.
It's a penalty. Van Dijk stuck his leg out, and they've clashed knees. So it wasn't as if there was no contact whatsoever. So it was a definite penalty. I thought, how do we pronounce his name? Núñez.
Well, a lot of people say Núñez. Some people Núñez, but listening to some
Let's call him Núñez.
Núñez,
right? He had 4 chances to score.
Yeah.
He scored a brilliant goal near post, made a great run, got out of the defender's eye line and got across him. Just before that, he done the same run again and tried a back heel that the keeper saved.
Yes, he did. He's done that
then he's headed one back into the middle of the goal, which was at the back post where he could have scored, and he set Salah up.
Yeah.
And his movement, I thought, was brilliant. He looks mobile. He looks like he can finish. And him and Haaland, I think, are quite similar.
Yeah. What was the reason you think then that they dropped Núñez on Saturday? Well,
he didn't drop him. He's got Brazilian striker up the middle, Firmino.
Yeah, he's not. He didn't drop him. I think he will have to work his way into the team, and that may well happen next Monday. I believe you've got Crystal Palace at home, first Monday night football of the season, live here on talkSPORT. We take calls straight after that. So I don't think he was necessarily dropped, John.
There we are.
John, before I know you're going to say it before you go.
Yes.
Would Mane have scored in that game?
Oh, yes, I think so.
So there's 2 points dropped.
I think so. Well, you know why Mane left to do?
No.
The reason that he left was because he wanted to have houses, churches and hospitals and schools out in his country. He wanted that money, 400 grand a week. Now, there's not many professionals are prepared to give most of the wage salary to something from the country, is it?
I think it was because Salah nicked his parking space.
John, thanks for the call. Keep them coming. 03717 22 334. Premier League is back.